If you go to Google Maps and scroll to Eastern Europe, you'll see this mysterious unlabeled area. And what is it? It's known as Kaliningrad, and it's actually part of Russia. So let's talk about it. Territories like Kaliningrad are known as exclaves, and there are a few around the world. This just means that Kaliningrad, while part of Russia, is surrounded by one or more other countries. Knowing the history of the Soviet Union in Eastern Europe, this is pretty unsurprising. But the Soviet Union dissolved and the country split up. So why did this region not follow suit? For that, I gotta talk a little bit about the history of the region. From 1255 until 1945, Kaliningrad was known as Königsberg and was part of a few different alternating German kingdoms and states. Then in 1945, the aftermath of World War II meant the redrawing of Germany's borders under the supervision of the US, the UK, and the Soviet Union. And Stalin made explicit his desire to take on Königsberg because, until then, the Soviets had no ice-free ports on the Baltic Sea. This new territory would be an important trading hub. Unfortunately, that vision didn't materialize. In the immediate years after 1945, Stalin attempted to rid the city-state of its German history by renaming it to Kaliningrad after a former Soviet head of state, destroying much of the German architecture, and pushing out nearly all the German residents. They then either incentivized ethnic Russians to populate the territory using tax breaks and travel passports, or they actually forced them to move there. And often the people who were forced to move were those who were non-essential at home, alcoholics and undereducated workers. The legacy of that proved a developmental challenge for Kaliningrad. Alcoholism and the spread of diseases were major problems early on. And after destroying much of the German infrastructure, Russia made little attempt to further develop the region. This is best encapsulated by their intended administration building, the House of the Soviets, unfinished and ignored. As a result of this developmental failure, when the Soviet Union dissolved, no one challenged Russia's continued ownership of Kaliningrad. Today, Kaliningrad looks a bit different, meaning it looks more normal. The city and its residents have begun to assimilate with European culture in response to investment from and trade with EU countries. They've even hosted some World Cup matches in recent years. There have been rumors at the international level about creating a special Hong Kong-like relationship between Russia and Kaliningrad, or even for Germany to retake the territory. But these rumors have largely been dismissed by Russia and in Germany. And so, what does the future hold for this weird, somewhat developed, heavily militarized Russian city-state? For now, it just looks like more of the same. Thanks for listening.